What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pokemon Gotta Watch Them All, the podcast where we watch all of the Pokemon movies and we rank them. Talk about which ones are great, which ones are the best, which ones are the worst, and have a good time doing it.
Mewtwo Returns.
Mewtwo Returns is number one. Belongs at the top. As I'm trying to do now, let me introduce my friends. I've got Dante.
Hello!
I've got Kanai. Perfect. Thank you for the introduction. I have Chris.
Hola.
And I've got John.
Hey!
Shout out to John. He's our cameraman and audio guy while he also discussed the movie, so shout out to him.
Yeah.
Don't follow him or anything.
No.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me. Yeah, don't.
Just,
I don't want it.
I want to make sure I give some credit.
I don't.
Before homeboys all like, you fucking honeypotted me. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, this week now, for you guys at home, you're seeing this when it's supposed to come out. Today, as we're recording this, there was no episode because we couldn't get into film to get this episode out. So we had to skip a week, so it's okay. It's fine. You're good. We'll get back on track. But this week, we are finally watching Pokemon Rise of Darkrai. So, as we get started, what do you guys think of the movie?
I liked it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So, rewatching it, I did enjoy a lot, but it's basically Power of One.
Okay.
But
Power of One, so
yeah.
the new remake one.
Yeah, it's kind of the Power of One, but a little bit cooler.
So then I would say Power of One is just Rise of Darkrai. But
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, that makes more sense.
I feel that. Dante?
It's pretty good.
All right, cool. Perfect. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching.
I was going to bring up that this is the first,
Same
which I didn't know this when I first watched it, but this is the trilogy, the Sinnoh trilogy movies, so which is kind of neat because it sets up the next. This one movie sets up the next two, which
Yeah.
is kind of neat. I don't think none of the other ones have done that, right?
Not
Where
that
they
I
set
can
up-
recall.
Suicune shows up.
I'm just waiting for every movie now for Suicune to just touch the water.
Not actively, but there are certain things that they kind of hint back at for other movies, but it's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't necessarily relate to the story.
Yeah.
Like it's usually like an end credit cutscene or.
See, I tried searching it, but it's kind of hard to search like certain questions, like
Yeah.
do other movies like reference? You know what I mean? So
Do Pokemon movies tie in like Rise of Darkrai did? And like,
Yeah.
Rise of Darkrai is a movie that came out in 2014. I don't know when it came out. Probably 2008.
Not 2014.
I was trying to Google. So, hey, let's do this. We're trying to make episodes shorter. Let's get into the synopsis. As the movie gets started, we have a fun world of Pokemon. Nothing new there. Wait, I put intense battle music. I'm trying to remember what actually happened.
It is.
You thought it is? Okay.
Something
That's
like
where it's like Mew and Mewtwo,
Yeah.
and there's like a
That's
stone
right, yeah.
Pokeball arena, which immediately I was like, hold up.
Why is that there?
Yeah.
But then we get like a shot of like every legendary to ever be in a movie or exist up to this point.
And Lucario.
And Lucario. So he's not a pseudo, right? Like he's
No.
Okay, I don't know what you classify the Lucario, the Zoroark.
He was like
the
an event
Zoroark.
Pokemon.
No, the pseudo of that generation was Garchomp.
Right. I don't know what the title
He's just
is
a
for
VI.
her.
He's like a very important Pokemon.
he's like Zork,
kind
essentially.
of.
He's just
but-
special.
Yeah. Good for
There's something
Lucario.
about Fox as being special.
Yes. After you see a bunch of legendaries, oh hey look, it's Ash, and he's doing a bunch of adventures and shit. That's cool. And then they say something to the effect of like Ash and his friends are about to deal with space, time, and a mystery. So we set that up really well. Obviously, the mystery being Darkrai, space being Palkia, and time being Dialga. And then we see just a black void of space with these two silhouettes glowing blue and purple, and they're getting ready to just start smacking each other. Now, we, as Pokemon connoisseurs, are well aware.
I was hard as fuck.
It's pretty fucking cool,
Yeah,
right?
This is my two favorite legendaries too, so I was fucking hard as shit.
Yeah.
I love the roars they gave Palkia and Dialga.
They're so
like
good.
they just hit spot on.
I don't even know how to describe this.
So
Like a
I
weird-
I started making fun of Palkias though. If I'm
Yes.
quite
Yeah.
honest, if I'm remembering what it was, it was like ooh. I was like, why did it have that ending?
dog. It's like a dog that's drowning. Like, so I had headphones. And I had the music really loud. I was like, oh, that's dead.
I thought it was a dog.
Yeah, I was like, that's dead.
At least it wasn't an elephant cry like morph Groudon. So that's,
It's still pretty cool, regardless of the fact that I started making fun of Palkias at the
Yeah.
end.
I fucking love these two. They're so cool. So yeah, strange silhouettes, they start to fight, and we hear like an ominous voice start to kind of be like, oh, these two entities, they've met in a time-space rift. They never should have come across each other. I don't know how this could have happened. And then we cut to some like science boy sitting in his lab being like, oh, this journal's really fascinating. I wonder why.
Because they gave Dialga such a cool fucking roar of time.
I love
the
that.
galaxy beam.
Yeah.
So cool. And then Palkia's like, pink blast! I was like, Homeboy used bubblegum cannon.
I enjoy Palkia so much more, but when Dialga winded up the Roar of Time, I was like, shit, all the budget just went to that.
His tail like flares and then it just comes out as a fucking galaxy. I was like, yo, that's so cool. And then Palkia is just like Purple Claw. I'm like, what is that?
There was a reason that as kids, I got Diamond and my brother got Pearl. Dialga was the best. What are their types? They're pretty neat. Does one have a type advantage?
Water dragon, the other one's dragon.
Steel. Yeah.
Okay, so there's no like.
kind of neutral. Yeah.
I mean, dragon is weak to dragon, so.
Sure, but otherwise there's no water. Steel.
Water resists steel, I think. Or vice versa.
Water resists steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I remember I always heard that like Palkia's water because of like water and time being fluid.
How it flows.
And then I was like, the fuck is steel and time? Or you know, like
because clocks. Yeah.
So anyway, we come back from Science Boy. We don't know this guy yet, but we will. The Pokemon start to fight. It's fucking awesome. There's just beams everywhere, and then we get into the.
There's unknowns too.
There are unknowns.
That's exactly how I figured that like a legendary battle would go. That they're just clashing, shit's going off, and the unknown are just getting launched.
They don't need us here.
they're about to summon Entei.
They're on the way to their movie.
Entei's gonna come and burn the forest.
burn the forest and
burn the water.
But yeah, as the Pokemon start to fight, whatever, Dialga's just like, look, bitch, I'm tired of your shit. It just shatters Palkia's shoulder, which fucks up everything for everyone possible. It makes the rest of the movie just really sad for everybody. So yeah, shoulder gem broken, and then back in laboratory world, we have an hourglass that falls over, kind of alluding to like, oh, we're about to shatter time and space because they're kind of one and the same in this movie. That's what we do. Title card, Pokemon Rise of Darkrai. So then we cut to the gang. They're walking to Alamos town. They're like, this is going to be great. They're going for Dawn. So it's the first movie we have Dawn. Last time we had May. So we're Dawn.
I forgot how much I like Dawn.
How much you like Dawn?
Yeah,
Dawn's pretty great.
Yeah.
I think Dawn was a childhood crush for me.
Yeah, I feel that. May was mine, but I think Dawn's.
Really? Not Cynthia?
Well, I mean, Cynthia is just a goddess. You can't.
Huh?
Not Cynthia?
I mean, you
Or
can have
Marcus?
multiple crushes on the thing. It doesn't have to be one.
I'm just saying.
So there's a Garchomp, and Garchomp's now on your list of crushes?
No. Nope.
So yeah, the gang, Dawn's going to compete in some Pokemon contest, which, spoiler alert, we don't know if she won. I'm assuming she didn't.
She loses.
She
doesn't
lost.
lose?
Yeah.
So I know they showed
They show.
stills of the fight in the major jump forward.
Yeah, they show the
But I don't think
other competitor holding the.
I might have been taking notes. I just didn't
Yeah.
catch it. Okay.
The next scene
And
is
that
like Ash
part's
going
from
like...
the anime, right?
What's that?
The whole contest bit, or
What's that?
I don't think it was from the anime.
No.
okay.
I think it's just a
This
side like
specific
this
contest
happened.
or
This specific
yeah.
contest.
both May and Dawn do? Yeah, they do consistently do contests.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
just
This
isn't a
sorry. I
one-off where
thought you were
Dawn does a
asking if the
contest.
clips of the contest were from the anime.
That's what I thought you asked too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah. So yeah, they want to do a contest, or Dawn wants to do a contest, but oh no, Alamos City, there's just a huge gap between this cliff and the city. We'll never make it. Until the convenient, really cute blonde girl shows up. She's like, hi, I'm Alice. My Chimchar can fly us there. Now they're on a hot air balloon. You know, it's pretty great.
Chimchar learns to fly.
Fire wings.
When fucking Brock is just like, oh, we were on the wrong shore. I was like, where's the water?
It's over there.
Where's the water?
It's down.
This is the movie where I realized I really miss Brock's old actor.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Ash.
Oh, yeah.
Ash. I feel I'm forgetting the actors' names at this point, but
Veronica was the first
Ash's
one.
voice
Veronica?
actress. At this point, I feel has settled into the role. Brock still feels weird to me.
Yeah, because this is the last season we have Brock
Consistently.
So
yeah,
you
we
all
have Silent next gen.
So
yeah.
all you guys watched it in English, right?
Yeah.
Because this is the movie where they change everybody.
In Japanese.
And no, in the
English.
English. Yeah.
Didn't they change everybody like 2 movies ago?
I thought they
They-
changed
they-
him in
in
Temple of the Sea.
Temple of the Sea, they
So
changed
from
the
what I read
Battlefront.
online-
That was the joke where we were like everybody smoked a
So
pack
from
of
what I read
cigarettes.
online, it said this movie they changed all the cast. So like Veronica wasn't doing the voice for Ash anymore. They had somebody
Veronica
new.
Taylor.
Yeah, Veronica Taylor's the original.
I don't know.
Either way,
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't
either
know.
way, Brock doesn't sound great,
Yeah.
but we really don't hear him talk too much throughout this movie.
Yeah.
A few grunts, groans, and words here, but mostly it's Ash.
You're not my little blue body book.
So yeah, they get in the
The
balloon,
longer
they
this
fly
gag
across.
goes on,
Alice is like, look, I can play music. So she takes a little leaf and like puts it on her lips and just plays this.
Thanks, Trico.
They don't reveal the name yet, right? Nope. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. She's Trico.
We got to see Krog though.
Did you see Crow? Yeah, that's
was anyone a little thrown off when she was like, I'm a musician? Leaf whistle.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
I remember like as a kid being like, that's cool because it's unorthodox. And I know in my school, everybody was like grass whistle. So you took a blade of grass.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
blow on it and it hum, yeah.
So like I just had that energy. I'm like, ooh, she can do the thing that my school does, and I liked it. Now watching, I'm like, okay, it works.
I don't
It
like
fits.
that she just.
That's the weirdest thing to me. It's just like,
It's like,
It sounded like
Lady Gaga was in Pokemon.
They're gonna get copyrighted because how accurate he was.
So yeah, they take a hot air balloon across. They're going to Alamos City. Team Rocket's following behind. They have this is like during Diamond and Pearl, they do that switch between the Meowth balloon and the Cardivine balloon, like on and off. So they have the Cardivine balloon, which is, I keep forgetting James had that. But they're like,
ate his face.
so they're like, cool. Oh, Chris, I did put the joke in here. I remember.
Oh yeah, no. When I scrolled down, I saw it, and I'm like,
So as they're flying behind Ash and the crew, they run into a group of a bunch of Drifloon and Drifblim. I'm sorry, Chris. It was there. The Ghosty
Ghosty
Boys.
Not even 10 minutes in and trauma occurs.
Chris is over here like, the Driftblim.
The fuck?
Anyone watching for the first time, we had a beloved pair of Golett and Driftblim that unfortunately had a timely death to a Shiinotic in a Soul Link.
And then the Azumarill that got roll out killed by a fucking Drifloon.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about
it
it.
was a sad time. We can move on. But yeah, Team Rocket's like, ooh, I want a balloon. And they're like, get the fuck away. They use Gust, kill Team Rocket. That's a cool thing. Let's see. So as the gang's flying into Alamos, they fly by the tower, which is the Space and Time Tower. This was set to depict the deities of space and time. This will come into play a little bit later. It's very important. But yeah, supposedly there's these weird forces that start to like gang up. What did I put here? Push the gang around. Oh yeah. As the two entities are fighting, there's this weird energy that kind of just bops everything around Alamos. It's just dimensional shit.
Just confused
You
the
get
hell
fucked
out
up.
of me because they're just
What,
like,
again?
yeah, that's the Alamos towers. One depicts space and one depicts time. And Ash is just like, what? And then like the left one's space, the right one's time. And he's like, oh, I could have told you that. And I was like, excuse me?
Listen, Ash
100
knows what's
years,
up.
that's 10 times.
Yeah.
10? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, this is interesting
So
dialogue.
many weird lines, but like other than the weird dialogue, like the movie's really
Yeah.
solid.
I think Ash eludes a lot of like energy for me, where I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't know what that is. You're like, oh, it's this. I'm like, I fucking knew that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, of course. Just not ironically. So yeah, the game's getting shuffled around. That's cool. And then Science Boy pulls out his computer, just like Rebecca from Deoxys. Like, oh, interesting. Something's going on out there. I better go check it out. But they're like, hey, everything's settled now. I guess I can give you guys a tour of the town. And we get that fucking amazing. I love this remix so fucking much because it's not like a hype one. It's like a chill one. The remix of the Diamond Pearl. I fucking love it. Like, I don't know why this one sits with me so well, like the intro. But just Ash being like, I'm gonna eat Brock's cotton candy. Ha, I got away. Runs into fucking Torterra. And then he meets, hold on, I have their names. It's Allegra, Kai, and Mari.
You got their names?
Yeah.
I completely missed them throughout the entire movie.
They don't say it in the movie.
Okay.
It's just like
Alright,
fucking.
freaking Clarence.
Yeah, it's just like Clarence. They don't say his name. You have to look it up. But yeah, it's Kai, Allegra, and Mari are the three trainers. So they have their fun battle
They
sequence.
look like gym leaders.
They do. They do. And I part of me is like, they probably were like designs. Like, let's not use them.
But they look
like,
so cool.
They do. They're so great. I love
The
these
Torterra
trainers.
guy definitely looks memorable to me. Like, it's like, do I remember? Is it like, no, he's just in this movie? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Mari, and then Kai's the water trainer, Allegra's the Infernape one. So Ash is like, let me fight this Torterra. I have a Turtwig, so I know everything about Torterra. And brings out Pikachu against a grass ground type. Now, unfortunately,
he knows the matchup so well.
we don't see any of these battles like play out. They just
Dude,
fun
Pikachu
hype
has
moments.
That's
When
Exactly.
when
And that
lightning
sends the
doesn't
fucking
work,
terror.
Iron Tail.
I'm kind of okay with like just being the ambiguous, like they had a battle, not knowing who won, because
Yeah.
I like to think that all of the main cast got bodied.
Oh, sure. I'm sure.
Especially,
sure.
especially when Dawn is like, "Hey, Piplup, fight that Empoleon."
Yeah.
That Piplup.
So I don't know if you guys
commend the
seen
effort.
the
It's
anime though, but Piplup has turret activated all the time.
That's
He
true.
He uses Whirlpool, and it's like in Gen 2 when they used Whirlpool the first time, it was like a.
Yeah.
When he uses it, he summons the spirit bomb of a fucking
And throws it, yeah.
throws it. He fucking throws it, and he takes down like mammoth swines, like things that a Piplup should not be taken down.
That's his anchor.
It just sucks that Empoleon quad resists water. So
Can we just appreciate the Infernape Krogung fight where they're
It's
just
so
hand to
good.
hand,
Yeah.
you know, just
It's
like
definitely-
dodging each other and just
Definitely
like
my favorite
chopping.
intro.
Yeah,
I don't
so
mind the
good.
Empoleon Piplup one.
So
But
good.
it just kind of water attacks, whirlpool, they fight inside of it, and then it is a cool shot when they break out of it, and it's like, ooh, but then that's Pokemon, and it ends, so. Yeah, Infernape and Krogung's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Krogung's pretty badass.
Yeah,
He does a couple other things later, he's just like, yeah, I'm good. Exactly.
Roll a time.
Yeah, Croak of Time.
Krogung could have saved the whole thing, he was just too lazy.
Yeah, he was just too busy controlling rock.
Just like that Quillfish.
Yeah, the Quillfish could have ended that whole movie.
So yeah, after the battles, Alice is like, guys, check it out. We have this really peaceful garden filled with Pokemon. There's Sphinx, there's Luxray, there's some Azumarill, a bunch of cute Pokemon. And they're like, this garden was designed by Godi, who is the grandfather of somebody. No, I forget Godi's relation to anybody, but he like raised or trained
isn't that the
grandmother, Alicia.
isn't that the scientist Tonio's then?
Is it
Grandfather?
Tonio's?
He's the one that built the tower, right?
Yeah,
It's
Godi's one
Tonio's
of those.
father.
Okay.
The grandfather.
I forgot what the connection was. I was like, maybe they're not related. Old people with white hair, it's fine. Yeah, so they get to the garden. He's like, hey, Pokemon, come out, go have fun, explore. All the Pokemon, there's maybe like 5 minutes of just like Pokemon having fun, slides, swings, everything.
So I forgot her name was Alice, but this happened to me when I first. She was like, "My name's Alice." Did anybody else like when they saw her? Like her hair kind of looks like Baneri's ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened, and then she said Alice, and I was like, rabbit, Alice. Okay, all right, and that's just how I
I
remember.
didn't put that together.
I
Yeah,
make
See
that
that?
connection.
that's my head immediately was like her hair looks like Baneri's ears.
All she needs right now is a Perugly. And
Yeah.
The entire time I was just like, you have Lopunny hair. Your hair,
Yeah.
your hair's about as bad as freaking Bianca from Latias.
See, I didn't even think about like that at all. I was just like, Alice is cute. And during that, I was like, we should do a list of that too. Like,
She also
rank the movies, do
reminded
the
me
poll, and be like,
of
who the
Diane
keys?
a little.
Okay, that's
yeah.
right. I see it. Only funny part I really pointed out from this is like Happini just like,
That was
I forgot
adorable.
Happini's like the Hercules this season, just picks up shit.
Adorable.
I didn't
So
know-
Alice picks up Quasar.
I didn't know that at all, so when
Yeah.
that happened, I was like, oh shit.
So in the anime, Brock has a Happini on top of Krogung, and whenever
And Sudowoodo.
what is it?
And Sudowoodo.
Yeah, and whenever Krogung couldn't get to Brock, she will grab him by the foot, like literally, like she was way more.
It was a
aggressive.
Hulk Loki thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and like
pretty
I
great.
remember as a kid going like, what? And then I remember because I completely forgot about that. So when I watched this movie, I was like, that's right. 'Cause she
Yeah.
always grabbed him like, you put the check out. Eat the shadow.
See, after the Pokemon play around a little bit, Pimple's like, dog, I'm hungry. I want one of these Pecha berries. And then everybody's just like, fuck you, Piplup. Like, Pachirisu. Forgot Dawn had a Pachirisu. I don't know. I forgot the thing existed. Snatches it from Piplup. Piplu's like, it's fine. I'll get it. Ash's Apom. It's just like, nah, dog, mine. And then Sphinx is like, hey, Piplup, I know you want that last one, but I'm going to fight you for it. So they start fighting over this Pecha berry. They go rolling down a hill. They start tumbling into everybody. Fucking every single Pokemon that can use an electric type move fucking did it. I was waiting for like Weasel to just start rubbing his feet and be like, bitch.
This was an interesting moment because I didn't rewatch it, but I noticed that Pikachu wasn't affected, and it was actually just looking around while things were getting electrocuted. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's neat. They paid attention to it. Because Pikachu was just like, huh, what's going on?
Because the thing we learned in movie 2, Pikachu is just listening to electricity. He's just like,
Oh, yeah, that was talking to him.
No, this is
Oh, these motherfuckers spit.
He's like, can they say that in a kids' movies?
Damn, y'all.
It's just hungry.
See, after this little kerfuffle, it's basically a battle between the trainer's Pokemon and the garden Pokemon. And this is when Alice is like, no, stop. And she plays her little leaf and says, Yep. He beat me to it. And everyone's like, you know what? You're pretty chill. I like leaf music. We can be friends again. And like while she's playing, there's like a cute moment where like the warring ones, like Sphinx and Piplup, kind of like lean on each other, and then Azumarill and somebody else are like leaning on each other, and then Weasel and Luxie are like, we're too cool for this shit, but I respect you. And like they're like cool.
Bro, that Azumarill is about ready to body whatever it was facing.
Yeah, I forget which one it was.
That Azumarill was looking at a belly drum and just.
I got huge power, bitch!
Yeah.
So right after everybody's happy again, this fucking Gallade comes running out of the forest, just like, yo.
I forgot how big Gallade's
Dude,
hips
one
are.
of the coolest.
It's
He's one of the
fucking
coolest Pokemon.
It is.
He's
he
so
got,
cool,
like,
and he's just got like an egg hip.
It's cool and awkward at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like-
it somehow works.
Where did it go? After this, it's like
Yeah, it's gone, yeah.
So I was like, it's Alice's Gallade, right? Or is it like?
I was under the impression that it was the dude's Gallade, but I don't even think that's true.
Alberto?
Yeah.
I have no clue. As far as I know, Alberto has.
Like I know he
Licky.
has Licky Licky, but
Or
at
maybe
some point I know
his is.
Gallade was with Alberto, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's his Pokemon, and then he never uses it again. So like,
Because Licky's better.
Doesn't have weird hips.
Technically,
Just has hips that don't lie.
this whole thing is. We'll get to Licky in a minute.
that's what the grass blade plays.
So yeah, Gallade runs in like, hey, Alice, I need your help. Some shit's going on. So Alice, the whole crew, they follow after.
Gallade is Lassie of this movie.
And there's a couple of these pillars that are just like warped and like melted.
I
and
thought that was
twisted.
so cool.
It's
that
really
they weren't
fucking
just
cool.
broken, that they were like
Right.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
Warped. I don't know what it is with me and spaghetti in this
fucking
podcast, but
Are you hungry for spaghetti?
no, I just had pasta.
So the few pillars they're warped to some type of energy, but who could have done it? We know. And then out from like the mystery of like a bush, you hear like, it was Darkrai! And then out comes Pink Man, and they're just like, oh, it's Baron Alberto, who's like, I said in chat, like, it's just
Gaston.
Gaston.
Yeah, it's just
Yes,
Gaston,
from
that's all it
literally
is.
Beauty and the Beast. Which I guess technically he kind of is Beauty and the Beast, where he's like, he's Gaston, but he's the one that gets turned into the Beast.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like Beast and Gaston.
Yeah, it's weird.
But still an asshole like the whole time. See, he's just like, I'm Gaston. Like, hey, I'm Alberto.
Just call him Gaston for the entire movie.
And Alberto's like, hey, check it out. We should fuck sometime. And she's like, no, I don't want to. And then they hear a little rustling in the bush. So Alberto's like, oh
The food
shit.
comes out.
And then it's just like,
I fucking lost it at this scene because he's like, it's Darkrai! Blah! And then
he's like,
immediately later, he's like, Darkrai appears from the ground, and somebody's just like, oh, that's Darkrai. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, hyper beam it! Hit it! You just fucking shot randomly into the bush.
see, I don't know what it, like, I know what it is. It's because Darkrai looks like a ghost. Where my mind's like, that's a ghost type.
Dark
And
type.
he's pure dark, right?
Yeah.
He's pure dark.
But that's the problem is they make him go
Like a ghost.
He's a wraith. He's based on a wraith.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like in the anime, when he was showing the anime, he was being attacked and the attacks were going through him, and I was like, the fuck are you supposed to be doing? He's not supposed to do that. He's pure dark.
Yeah.
But like they do make him wraith-like, which I think a lot of people were confused because I remember the first time watching this, I was like, even if he did hit Hyper Beam, it shouldn't have worked.
Right, because it's a normal type move on a good, yeah. So that was one thing the whole movie, I'm like, dark type. He's a dark ride, dark type. Okay, not a ghost.
His name means dark.
Dark.
It means dark bread.
But anyway, it's not even Darkrai yet. It's Tonio chilling in a bush like, I was looking for Alice. And Tonio gets blasted by a Licky Hyper Beam.
It's a fun fact for that bit. They brought me into the studio for that.
So yeah, Tonio's like, oh no, I'm sick. And then like Drifblim falls in, and we love our Drifblim, we love our Pennywise. So at this point we kind of discover like Tonio's like pretty klutzy, like he can barely walk on his own 2 feet, and then this gets recovered later, but homie's just like, oh, I'm a nerd, and Alice totally wants this dick. But she's like, Tonio's my friend, he saved me like when we were kids, I almost fell and died, but he caught me or something, so I want him, but I'm not going to say it.
Flashbacks.
Let's see. Falls, hits his head on something because he's fucking klutz. Oh yeah, this is where Alberto's like, "Yo, don't be nice to him. Fuck me." And she's like, "Nah, I want Tonio." Let's see. They go on. Joe, quick. Yeah. Then they flash back, show the allude of like, "Hey, Tonio, caught me, but it wasn't really him." And then we just cut to Dialga and Palkia again, fighting off in space.
By the way,
we forgot this is what happens here. The abnormalities happen again, and some more structures start to like twist and bend and splice, and everyone's like, "The fuck is happening here?" And this is where we see Darkrai like come out of the ground, and that's where he's like, "Darkrai," and he screams. What does he say? "Do not come here." And everyone's like, "Why are you talking to me like that? This is everybody's garden. Get the fuck out." So they start to fight. Licky Licky squares up with another Hyper Beam. Darkrai dodges and uses like Dark Void, but Licky Licky dodges it and hits Ash, who then just like starts tripping. Like,
this is a really cool sequence.
it's awesome.
Which the one thing I can commend them with what they did with Darkrai was they looked at what everybody does whenever they have a Darkrai in their team in a doubles match, and they just fucking spam the Dark Void and put everything to sleep. They made it so beautifully.
Yeah.
I made the same comment as well. I was like,
I like that they
true
did-
to fashion, Dark Void.
I like that they did Bad Dreams without like acknowledging it super
Yeah.
heavy. They're just like anything near Darkrai has nightmares.
Yeah. So they didn't
And
come and be like, "Oh, no,
yeah, they weren't like, oh, he has an ability called Dark Dreams. Like they
Yeah.
were just like anything near Darkrai has nightmares.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite portrayals of a Pokemon because usually like we read the Pokédex for a Pokemon, and then when we see it, we're like, But with this one, I think they portrayed Darkrai so good.
Yeah.
Like that Dark Void hit Ash, and like that next sequence was like fucking golden. Like to me, that was really nice.
Because I think like us now and anyone who's seen the movie before, you're like, "Oh, Ash is fucked up. Something's going on." But I think as a kid, where it's like, Ash got hit by some like black ball of energy, and he's still where he was, but everyone's gone. So did he fall asleep and wake up? What happened? Until we see Darkrai approach him again.
It felt like a horror movie.
It
as a
gave,
kid.
Really spooky
it
moment.
gave me Scarecrow vibes, and I love.
Oh, like Batman scared you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love those. I love
I
those
can agree with
sequences.
that. Yeah.
Like it's so mind trippy.
It's like a Genjutsu.
Yeah, this is where Ash, like, he's like walking through the garden alone, like there's no other Pokemon, no other people, and he sees like these silhouettes of Darkrai and Palkia, Dialga and Palkia, no Darkrai yet, and they're like trying to kerfuffle, and then they fade away, and then Ash sees Darkrai. He's like, "Turtwig, I choose you." The Pokeball fades away, so he's like, "Shit."
That was like, if I was Ash, I would have been like, oh, he's dead.
My
He's
Turtwig
dead.
is like,
Fucking dead.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Chimchar yet. That was my only starter. So yeah, and then Darkrai's like, it's one of the side effects of Darkrai not trying to be bad, but because of bad dreams, it happens where now Pikachu gets sucked into this vortex, and Ash is like, "No, I gotta save my Pikachu." Dives in after it and like grabs him, holding onto him tight. And then next thing, Ash is like electrocuted in like a hospital bed. And he's like, "Oh, Pikachu, you're alive," and starts to choke the fuck out of Pikachu. This is where they start to explain Darkrai.
Yeah, they did an excellent job at portraying Darkrai the way they want him to, because he plays misunderstood hero so well.
Yeah.
Well, he's also a dark type, and dark types are supposed to be naturally evil until a trainer catches them.
Right.
So when you see
Fucking
Darkrai,
Tobias.
so when you when you see a Darkrai, your first thought it's fucking evil. You know what I mean? So I think that the way that they do it in here is very like written very well.
Yeah, I love it. I love this movie so much. So yeah, Ash wakes up in the Pokemon Center or whatever hospital bed he's in. That's where they explain the bad dreams. Like, "Hey, anyone around Darkrai, if you fall asleep, you're gonna have bad dreams and shit's gonna happen." So we're like, all right, we gotta keep that in mind. No sleeping around the dark type. Cool. But Ash is like, "You know what? I'm ready to fucking fight him again. Let's go find him." And Alice is like, "Well," Alice reminds them Alberto started the fight, so technically Darkrai didn't do anything. He just defended himself after being provoked. And then Tonio's like, "I have an idea." Runs off, like, "Let's follow the guy." Tonio's going through some old pictures, and he's like, he finds Alice's grandma. He's like, "Yo, this is Alicia. She met Darkrai when she was a kid, and that's how like he came to live in the garden. Great kid." We get the flashback, and a bunch of Pokemon are like sleeping in the garden, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm having a bad time." And then we get, it's really fucking cool though, where like Luxray is just like, "The fuck's going on?" He uses, I think, like Thunderbolt or something, and then just gets blasted by a Dark Void. I'm like,
So this shows that we can have a horror movie on Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it will be successful.
It's so good.
Just have a bunch of Gengars, Hunters, Gastlys.
I think they just need to make if they would do that, they just need to either make another Darkrai movie or they need to make another Dark type as cool as Darkrai.
I think Darkrai will work again.
Yeah.
Because
if we're in that reboot set as we're going.
I mean, we got Mew twice.
Yeah.
So.
Sure, we got Mew. Yeah, twice, maybe 3 times. Either way.
Does Darkrai appear in the Hoopa movie? Anyone know?
I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I think it's more box art
Yeah, I was
legendaries.
about to
than
say, I
that.
think it's just a box, like the
Yeah.
big kaiju ones, so that way they can have that sequence.
Oh well.
Because I think Darkrai is a mythical, correct? Not a legendary.
Yeah.
So this is the first movie where both the box art shows up.
That's true.
Yeah, because before this we always got one.
Yeah. Except in the intros, we always got both of them. Anyway, Darkrai, Dark Boy, Alice's grandmother, Darkrai. Yeah. So Darkrai's like tired. We don't know what from, but he's just like maybe too much dark voiding. He like collapsed against a tree, and Alice is like, "Hey, Alicia, grandma, is like, it's okay. It's everybody's guard. You don't have to be sad." And Darkrai's like, "All right, cool. I'll stop hurting people."
That's all it took.
That's the Martha moment.
Why do you know that name?
That's later.
I know that name.
Alicia.
And then Alicia, she sits down underneath the tree, starts playing the leaf whistle for all the Pokemon. Darkrai's chilling on top of the tree, but Godie's just like, wow, this is nice. This is a nice little thing going on here. Cut back, Tonio's like reading through some paperwork. He's like, Oracion, I don't know what that is. I'm not really sure. Don't worry, it's important.
Do you know what that means?
Yes, I think that.
It's prayer in Spanish.
Oh, I couldn't have told you.
I think Alicia says that actually at some point. She says it means prayer, but she doesn't necessarily say what the origin is from.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
prayer in Spanish. So like when they said it in Japanese, I'm like, because like they said it in the most weird accent possible, and I was like, what?
they're like,
And
we
I
don't know
put
how
the
to say
subtitles
it.
on, and I'm like,
They had the Japanese dub, and then they fucking were like, "Hey, bring in a Spanish guy to say this one word." And he just got Oracion, and then just put that clip in whenever they need
they
it.
just brought Daddy Yankee to do that.
See, after Tony was like, "Oracion, I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out." Team Rocket, they're like, "Hey, Alberto, we're like a TV news crew. We
The
got
TV people. The TV people are here.
And they're like, "Yo, we want to do like a documentary about like you, the hero of Alamos Town." He's like, "All right, you know what? I rock with that. Let's do it." Apparently, everybody went to bed and said, "Fuck it." Next morning, Don's like, "I'm gonna go buy this lunar wing to protect me from like any nightmares." Really doesn't do. This doesn't come into play at all. It just,
So that's the Pokédex entrance for
It is, sure, it is. I thought they might use it.
Why did they not do that? That was such a good.
Because they were knockoffs.
But it's the exact same salesman that sells May her thing in Jirachi.
I love that because I was just like, wait a minute.
He's connected in all the movies. You'll see him little
I was like, was he in Manaphy and I just didn't notice?
He's
Like,
the Pizza Planet truck for all the Pixar movies. Like he's in them all somewhere. Go all the way back. If you actually watch the credits for the first movie, he's down there just like pushing them all up.
You know, Far From Home when they do the flashbacks and they start showing all the characters from the other movies.
Yes.
That's him right there.
He's like, "Hey, I'm here." Lunar Wing. Alice takes them to the tower, and this is where she's kind of introducing, like, "Hey, here are these bell towers, there are these gongs and shit that go off, but let's go check on Tonio. His office is in here somewhere." And homie's just passed out on the floor. Like, "Oh no, Tonio!" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I fell asleep." She's just like, "Well, don't fucking do that then." Ash's Pikachu, Piplup, and Chimchar are fucking around. They find a bunch of music discs, and Ash is like, "Whoa, these are cool. Can we play one?" Like, "We gotta go all the way up there." Like, "That's fine." They're up like maybe 20 steps. Like, "Yo, I'm fucking tired."
It was Dawn that was like.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Dawn wanted to play the disc. She's like,
Yeah.
"That's fine." Ash then got excited, like, "I want to play the disc too. Let's race." He starts running up the tower, gets tired, and I guess at some point everyone else is like,
fuck it.
"We have a hot air balloon," so they went back down, and
I
then
love that.
they
I love
fly
that.
up.
And he's like, "Well, let me get on." And they're like, "Yeah, you're already too far up. You're fast, by the way."
It's great.
They made their shitting on Ash quota.
Yeah. Oh, it happens a lot in this movie, and I think
Yeah.
it's like some of the best moments.
So they head to the top of the tower. They go get ready to play the disc. Ash, Jesus Christ, I can't speak.
We know what's on Danny's mind.
Wireless.
Every single day of my life, all by it. Ash, he's running up. He gets to the top. Dawn puts the disc in. And Alice is like, they put the disc, close the thing, pull the lever, and it just starts playing this really pretty song through the whole town.
That's where she goes to like place it, and Ash is like, I want to do it, and she's like, no.
I wanted to come up the stairs anyway to do it.
That was pretty fucking fun.
No.
So yeah, it plays the beautiful music. Everyone in town's dancing, having a good time. The gang leaves the tower and they run into our wonderful friends Allegra, Kai, and Mari. And they're like, oh, you want to fight again? Yeah, we had some fun yesterday. And they like score up to fight. Sudowoodo comes out. Weasel's
to fight Infernape.
Weasel, Infernape, Sudowoodo, and Torterra. And then it was supposed to, I assume it was going to be Pikachu and Empoleon.
Yes.
But this is when Dialga and Palkia start fighting again. And then Palkia is at the point where he's like, dog, I can't fucking win this shit. I gotta get out. So Palkia like disappears into some void which affects Alamos. We don't know what happens just yet, but this is where Palkia's effects start to encase the city. But that kind of puts everybody a stop, like, the fuck is happening at the tower? Is there some big ripple? People are getting pushed around. We don't know what's happening, but we will. Again, Palkia's shoulder fucked up, shattered and everything. I scrolled too far on my list. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And as this like ripple's happening, Darkrai like comes out of the ground again and says, "Go away!" And everyone's like, "He's talking to us again. Fuck, we gotta beat him up."
How many times have we got to teach you this lesson, old man?
Oh my god.
Darkrai is very old, though.
I love the young people. So Alberto steps up. He's like, "Licky, licky, it's time." So yeah, Darkrai's like, "Nah, I'm a Dark Void again," and just starts hitting fucking everybody, like every Pokemon.
Like I said,
True to competitive fashion.
Yeah. He just starts knocking out Barros and Tropius, a fucking Sudowoodo and Weasel. Yep, just puts them all to sleep.
Hero Beam. Or Hero Ball.
So Darkrai's like,
God damn it.
Darker's like, all right, cool, I'm done, I'm gonna leave. And Ash is like, I don't think so, I'm going after him. So they start chasing him down some alleyways. And Ash and Pikachu get cut off by like a Vibaro who's just like confused as fuck. It's just this like ghostly silhouette of a Vibaro that's like flying and phasing through walls. And they're like, did you see that? Weird, I don't know.
And then it like goes past Team Rocket and they're like, is that a legendary Pokemon? One that can go through walls?
Because you haven't met any of those.
Yeah.
But after they move past the weird Vibaro, they're like, oh, there's Darkrai, Thunderbolt, and they just start to kind of fight each other out. So Ash is like, yo, Darkrai, you need to get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, I stay. And he's like, no, fucking, would you leave? And still, we don't get it, but we will. Licky Licky comes back in for the fight, and after just a fucking Hyper Beam that just fucking misses, Darkrai puts him to sleep with another Dark Void.
True to Hyper Beam fashion.
Exactly. Hyper Beams very rarely do anything in these movies. They're just here for hype.
make a Hyper.
The only one that was good was the Plaza.
Hyper Beam compilation.
Hype Beam.
That's the name of the video, Hype Beam. See, after he knocks out the fucking Licky Licky, the Bibarro's swimming around again, Team Rocket freaks out. And then Licky Licky starts to like glow, and Alberto's like, Licky Licky, you good? And just starts to just puff up.
That
and turns into
freaked
Licky
the
Licky.
fuck out of me because I forgot it happened. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
I want to still frame that
And then
because it was a very solid like transformation
Oh, yeah.
in terms of like how it animated.
They use the TikTok filter where they put like the one face and choose another image. And just,
He has the absolute worst line after he finds out.
my royal tongue!
My royal tongue! I was like, what? of all of the things you could have yelled my royal face? Anything, my royal tongue.
I get it, because like, depending what, I could have seen face if he had more like beast-like Pokemon, so like it was furry and like a beast. But he had the fat Licky Licky. And Licky Licky's thing is the tongue, so he's like, my tongue! Is it weird? Yes.
Absolutely.
But,
There's a part where like Meowth gets scared and he's on James' head, and like everybody's having a part of a conversation. James just goes, "My head," and I was like, "What?"
Thanks, James. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for showing up, bud.
Can I do such a good James voice every time?
Back at the Pokemon Center, like every Pokemon is hit with Dark Voids, like sleeping on a towel or a blanket. But in the meantime, like these ghostly figures of all of them are just flying around the center, being like, "I'm confused." They're scared of like something, but we don't know quite what yet.
This is normal.
Yeah, this is normal. This happens. Dark Void. Everyone swims around.
Giratina.
Fuck it. Oh my god, I wish.
Soon.
I wish.
Soon.
Next
I know.
movie. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, I'm so fucking floored. But yeah, Ash comes rushing in. He's like, guys, just be ready. Some shit happens. And then, and then
Those 3D headphones, man.
And then Licky's like marching in like, Licky, where's Alberto? He's like, I am Alberto. It's like,
Fucking.
I didn't know Licky
Stop making Licky talk. You didn't care when Darkrai talked.
that was the norm.
But yes, Antonio, he's like studying these weird illusions, and he just discovers that these Pokemon nightmares are like becoming real. They're being made physical for some reason, but we don't quite know why. We just know it's some weird dimensional shift that's causing it, which means like our fears that normally come from Darkrai that are just a dream are for some reason becoming reality. And they're like, that's weird. So what happened to Licky? He's like, I guess Licky just doesn't like you. He really didn't want to be you, and now here he is. And you're him, and it's a tough life. But Alberto doesn't think anything of it.
It's hard not.
So kind of the friends show up to the Pokemon Center. They're like, hey, there's this weird fog outside, and it's fucking with us. And this is like the one moment I forgot Honchkrow was in this movie.
Great.
It's such a good Pokemon that exists.
I got super confused at this point because there was just the cut and then a Honchkrow came out.
Yeah.
I was like, who in the fucking team has a Honchkrow?
I think this movie has a lot of dark types in it, actually.
Yeah,
It's like,
it fits.
You normally don't get to see them since the whole game of them being evil and shit. But this movie, has everything.
Yeah, if you watch in the back, there's Greninja.
Does
He's in the background,
Defog
I guess.
do damage?
Does what?
Does Defog do damage?
No.
Okay, I
It's
didn't
just-
think so. Because
Gets rid of what? Is it weather?
It's an HM.
It lowers the
I know in the open
Weather
world.
conditions and stuff like spikes, toxic spikes,
Okay.
stuff
Yeah, I
of that
thought
nature.
so.
Pure hazards, there we go.
But the way it was animated,
It's
I was
like
like,
blades.
that
Yeah.
thing's gonna hurt.
So yeah, fucking Honchkrow uses defog on this fog and just nothing happens.
See,
So
we tried 7 times.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
So Ash is like, you know what? I'll go see what's on the other side. And he just beelines straight through the fog. He
Now
just-
for our daily.
What
What if Ash
if Ash just punched the mist?
punch this? No, I just love moments of two brain cell Ash.
Yeah.
Where he was literally told, we just get put right back in the same spot. And Ash is like, I'll try. I'm like,
And then Pikachu just beeline it forward and then somehow end up right back where they
I know, I
were.
ran straight forward.
we just told you this.
I've always wondered, I get it. It's something it's broken and there's a weird space-time thing, but I wonder what physically happens to Ash. Was there a U-turn tunnel that happened?
Maybe it's like the Lost Forest where you go through one end and it
Yeah.
looks like the beginning and you just keep looping around.
Yeah.
Here's what I attributed it to. Once you get put in Silent Hill, you can't get out of Silent Hill.
Yeah, okay.
You can try to leave. It just kind of...
Yeah, 'cause I just imagine they might have been put him on a circular platform and just rotated him where he's still running straight on a treadmill piece, but it's and then when they put him back down, he's still going straight, so it never feels like he turned. But I don't know.
It's just sitting up
And he's trying to add logic to genjutsus, and it's awesome.
I just it's one of those things where I'm I know, I don't need to question it. It's not a downfall.
It's just the spell of the unknown.
I just wonder, what happened? What happened? Anyways, yeah, Ash comes running back weird. I was running straight, I swear to God. And this is where Alberto's like, you know what? We can't be fucking around anymore. Guys, I'm Licky, and we gotta go kill this Darkrai. Who's with me?
Kill the beast.
Yeah, exactly. So every trainer, except for Ash and the crew want to go with, and that's when Alice is like, I don't think Darkrai's a bad guy. And Ash's like, good enough for me. Let's figure it out. But yeah, all the trainers, and the trainers in this town have some stacked fucking Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
These
guys need to do a fucking league.
There's Rhydons, there's Tangrowth, who I always forget exists, but I fucking love that thing. We have all the final evolution of the starters from this gen. There's some big Pokemon in Alamos.
Absolutely.
I think it's the earliest they ever showed the stars too. The
Yeah.
final.
It's pretty, this is the first, yeah, because Manaphy's a Gen 3 movie, yeah, so it's the first Gen 4 movie, so it's, I love fucking Gen 4.
So Lucario before Manaphy? Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's the weird where we got 2 movies
So
of
Lucario
Gen
came-
4 teases while
Yeah.
they're still Gen 3.
Lucario was weird because it came out while Gen 3 was still going on.
Right.
And before they even showed him in the actual anime. Because Lucario was shown in the anime way before, Gen 4 was even announced. They did the whole Blaziken thing with Lucario. So.
Yeah, I fucking love them. Fucking Harris over there was blazing. Good job, buddy. So yeah, Alice, I don't think Darkrai's the bad guy. It's fine. And then we get the flash. This is where Tonio's like, yeah, Darkrai isn't the bad guy. And let me tell you why.
Another flashback.
We have the flashback of them playing as kids. Alice is up on some cliff for some reason, like, Tonio, catch up with me. And she starts running and just the cliff fucking breaks and she starts to fall. She's like, well, I'm about to die, so I'll just fall asleep.
She accepts death. I was like, whoa. That was quick.
She passes out, and Tonio's like, no! And then Darkrai comes in, like, I got you, Alicia.
Yo, his voice acting,
Darkrai's?
oh, it feels raspy. Like, it feels
really
like, you know, like evil.
I didn't look up who plays Darkrai.
I halfway expected it to be Dan Green. And then as Darkrai talked, I was like, oh no, it's not Dan Green. He's doing a fantastic job.
Dan Green with a filter. So yeah, Darkrai catches Alice, being like, you look like Alicia, you must be Alicia, you're the same person that invited me to the garden, puts her down, and then like sneaks away like a ghost would, but he's not a ghost. This is when Tonio like goes over like, Alice, are you okay? She's like, Tonio, you saved me. I'm gonna fuck you when we're older.
3D headphones.
3D headphones. So yeah, then we come back to normal time and we have like the army just marching through town like, we're gonna find this fucking Darkrai, we're gonna get him. And then one of them goes like, there he is up there, and he's like perched on a building.
I hate his fucking feet. I hate them.
Darkrai's?
I hate when he has feet. I hate it.
Daddy long legs.
I hate it.
He's
I
got
remember-
Slenderman legs.
I remember not liking it
He
because
skipped leg day, guys. That's all it is.
because the sprite in Gen 4 was just like the
rape.
skirt,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like there
like
wasn't
a
the
rape.
legs.
Those legs go all the way up.
They're
right?
unnecessarily long.
But the thing is, there's times where he just floats and there's no legs, and I'm like, why give him the legs?
Yeah, why does he
let him float like he does all the time, except in this movie?
Because that's just the movie thing. Like I don't even think in the anime when he
I never
fights
saw
Tobias,
that.
he doesn't have the legs.
No.
I don't think any of the
It's-
game sprites or models have
in
the legs.
in Pokemon Tournament.
In-
He
oh,
got,
okay.
he got legs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He got legs in Pokemon Tournament.
Okay. Yeah, it's
The whole time, like when you're battling him in normal?
Probably
It switches back and forth.
Okay, I was gonna say, okay.
weird.
I don't remember.
I'm just trying to imagine him fucking walking where he's just like
He doesn't use them for walking though. It's
They just dangle?
It's like, I'm not sure if it's I think it's like a perch thing or like a stature thing sometimes. It's odd. They're not walking legs, but he has them.
Maybe they're not legs, they're just...
I mean,
They're just
Snob,
two
Snob
sticks.
has little like nubs, so
Just imagine Snom just fucking
God.
walking with two tumors.
He's just a fucking AT-AT from Star Wars. God, I hate that.
So Tonio's studying some footage of Darkrai showing up and being like, huh, this weird anomaly happens. Oh wait, I get it. There's this big like rift right above the towers, and if we zoom and enhance, we see so like
CSI technology.
As editors, what happens when you zoom in on an image?
it gets clearer.
Like,
obviously it gets pixelated, so you
Like,
don't know what it is.
I hate that scene because it's like,
Zoom, enhance, zoom.
I will
enhance.
always give it the benefit of the doubt if there's like a Team Rocket style like big machine,
Yes.
airship, something. But we're in like Alamos, which is almost as like old fashioned as fucking
yeah.
Pokemon Heroes Town, fucking whatever,
Yeah.
Italy, Venice.
Italy.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
What is it?
Something more.
Altamar. Yeah,
Altamar.
thank you. So yeah, I'm just imagining like they don't have this shit. They have a big tower that plays old ass CDs made out of stone. So, but
Steampunk technology, man. That is fun.
see, and that's when you convince me when you're like steampunk. I'm like, you know what? Cool, I get it. Let's work.
Steampunk and zoom in and hands.
Zoom in and enhance.
But yeah, here's where they're
Power
like,
steam.
there's this weird thing in this rift that we can't see. We can't see it. But I guess he got a still frame right when Palkia came into this world, and we learned that he put a fucking, I don't know if he put a dimension around or picked up the town and put it in another dimension, or what exactly happened, but this whole town has now been cut off from the rest of its original dimension and is now trapped here because Palkia is like, I'm hurt, I need to get away from Dialga, and I need to go somewhere to heal. So he like cases himself at the tower to make sure that he's not taking any more damage. Well, that doesn't last long. But while they're figuring out what Palkia's whole thing is, the trainers are battling Darkrai, and this shit's so fucking cool. Darkrai's jumping from roof to roof, and this whole time he's like not fighting back. He's just trying to avoid it. We have Infernape up there, like, let's fucking go, bitch. We have I think there's a Masquerain, which is kind of existing, but then Crobat comes in. It's really cool. Like, all these big ass Pokemon are trying to kill Darkrai until they like corner him in like the middle of the street. And Darkrai's like, I told you to back the fuck up. And Dark Voids all of them, knocks them all out. And Team Rocket's like, shit, you know who could stop him? Alberto. And he's like, yeah, I could. So this is what he does. What he's like, Hero Ball or?
Well, now he says Gyro Ball, but earlier he said Hero
okay.
Ball or whatever. I was like, what in the world just happened?
So he's like, Gyro Ball misses, and then he. Did he call it
He
attack?
uses
He said
Wrap.
Wrap. Okay. Yeah. So he uses Wrap.
Most
Wrap,
effective move in the game, apparently.
which is a normal type move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Darkrai's dark. So.
Yeah.
I know, I keep doing
It
the same thing.
just. Sometimes they go through. Sometimes they don't.
I just love how like Darkrai's like, oh fuck, wait.
It's like Darkrai's like, I'll let him have this one. So he's like, I'm gonna wrap my tongue, my royal tongue around this Darkrai, and Darkrai's like, nah, we're good. So he just fucking whips Alberto right into Team Rocket, and they go fucking flying out of whoever the fuck knows where. I fucking love that scene. It's so great. So yeah, Tonio's like, hey guys, look at this. This is Palkia. He controls space. And I think Brock has
Brock is
some
like,
comment.
that's Palkia. Like,
Yeah.
why does Brock know this?
Brock he did the same thing in Jirachi, where it's just like, Groudon? Isn't that the legendary Pokemon with mysterious power? She thinks I'm smart. Like, it's Brock's cool. So yeah, this is when the gang's like, oh, Darkrai wasn't talking to us whenever he was saying go away. He was talking to Palkia, because now that Palkia's here, he's bringing trouble to our dimension, which is going to fuck up, ultimately, the garden, which Darkrai feels at home in. So that's where he's like, damn, I feel bad that we made Darkrai the bad guy.
Darkrai like, yeah, motherfuckers attacking me.
Yeah.
You're over here trying to vibe.
If you fucking listen, and they're like, well, Darkrai, if you said more than 4 words in a sentence,
Give us the whole story, bud.
you were like, actually, I'm not a bad guy. I smoke a lot, but So basically, you got 2
I was
giant-
in Manaphy.
I'm a little late to the party.
Darkrai is that guy on the team that when he does the call outs, he just gives like one word. He goes, there,
There.
and then that's it. That's all I was like, thanks, bud.
Clock.
Down.
RGB.
So yeah, outside, Darkrai's just like flying towards the tower because it's like Palkia's coming. We got to stop it. But then this like weird force field is surrounding Palkia, so he's like, no, you can't come in here. You got to go away. But as like he makes this collision, Palkia wakes up, which then breaks all these weird illusions that are happening. So all the Pokemon in Dark Void, like their nightmares are over. Alberto turns back into Alberto instead of Licky Licky. He was like marching up some stairs too or something. And he like looks in the mirror like, oh shit, I'm normal again.
My royalty.
Yeah, and this is where Palkia's just like, all right, well, I'm awake. My shoulder still kind of hurts, but I could do some shit. And he like lands in the middle of the fucking street, and Darkrai's like, I told you to leave.
I love that scene.
When he just fucking lands?
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking...
It's like a legendary, like...
Yeah. I feel like the weight of the legendaries in this movie is the best.
It's just time and space.
Yeah, because Darkrai is so light, and you can see that in his movement. And then Dialga and Palkia are like heavy as fuck. And like anytime they touch anything, you feel the weight of them just like hitting it. And it's so good.
Yeah, because time and space way cooler than, ideals.
Yeah. Way cooler than a fucking fairy deer, but what am I gonna say? Are they in a movie?
Death Eagle.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
there's
you haven't
Cocoon of
told-
Destruction.
I think
Death Eagle, that's all.
Diancie is.
Is Xerneas in that one?
Yeah.
Xerneas?
Okay.
They're both in the same movie.
Okay. I just don't remember it.
I don't remember Xerneas. Actually, I don't remember a Gen 6 movie. I forgot the
The
name.
Cocoon.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, Cocoon
Sort of.
Destruction.
Is Diancie a
Oh, I didn't see that.
Magirna is, but Magirna is
I saw that
the
one.
Gen 7 Pokemon technically, I think.
McGearan, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Magirna came out at
Volcanions
weird
do
times.
is
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we're not there yet. We're on Dark
Oh yeah, Hoopa.
Oh, we're missing Stanley's Meowth quote.
We'll get there.
I said that earlier.
It's coming. It's
It's
coming.
not you doing it. It's him doing it.
It's coming.
So Dialga, Palkia, they start.
I like how
Darkrai and Palkia start fighting each other a little bit, and then we just see like a bunch of attacks come like flying from the air, and like, what the fuck was that? And Dialga's like, you thought you fucking lost me, didn't you?
You forgot about me, bitch!
I'm down, you space bitch.
When Dialga knows bullet seed.
Basically, it was just fucking Godzilla's bullet seed. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, so Dialga just throws up a rift, joins the fight, and now it's just Dialga and Palkia and Darkrai just fucking hitting each other back and forth. But eventually Darkrai gets like knocked out of the fight. He does that a lot, where he just gets like knocked out and kind of disappears and then comes back. I assume he just like hits his head every time and like falls asleep for like 40 seconds and it's like, okay, back at it.
Wakes up from his own nightmare that he gave himself.
Ah, shit, fucking, ugh. People were trying to kill me. I'm just trying to protect them.
That would be.
Alicia was Alex.
That'd be some dark shit. Like,
Yeah, and then,
give yourself nightmares.
right? I do it every fucking day. I think about something scary before I fall asleep and just. But these two Titans, they fucking land in the middle of the street and they start. This is like butting heads, and I feel bad for Dialga because he's like, I'm on 4 legs. Palkia has arms, so he's just like, he fucking goes up to Dialga and says, no.
The amount of times I saw Dialga grab Palkia by the fucking throat, though, where he's just like, ha! And just like bites him, and I'm like, yo, okay.
Fucking love it. That's just great. And then they both get up and just start flying around the town. I'm like, this is scary as shit.
Because it's like his signature move. He's like flying, and he's just like, neck bite. I
need to see a live action of this.
Yeah, it's another like kind of scary thing where like when you see it with like Rayquaza or any of the birds, like they fly. It's what they do. Yeah. And like these two like more beast-like things,
it's like
dinosaur-like
things.
It's
a kangaroo flying. It's like, what the fuck?
It's pretty cool though. Yeah, they're battling. Tonio's just like, yo, if these two keep fighting, shit's not going to be great. We're battling another dimension, which is what wrapped us up in this weird thing that we're in now. Palkia got hurt, that's why he fled here. And Dialga's like, I'm not done with you, so they came here to fight.
Neck bite.
Neck bite. They really don't care about us. They continue to fly around. Darkrai keeps like coming in, gets a hit, gets knocked the fuck out. They do that awesome, well, half awesome. The spatial red meets Roar of Time clash again. Purple gum.
One of them is trying, the other one.
He's got a crack shoulder. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's trying. If he didn't have the crack shoulder, it'd be way better.
Yeah, it'd be
2
super
bones.
cool. 2 bones.
But yeah, as this like colliding, like energy force collides, like the outside of the city starts like dematerializing, like purple like pixels starting to disappear, and everything's just centering in and be like, it's gone. The city's leaving. It's gonna be dead. Let's see. Alice runs up to the fight and just starts like yelling at the Pokemon, like, "Hey, you should stop!" Yeah, because that works every time.
That solves everything. Sorry, little girl.
Yeah,
we'll
try
go
to
back.
Millie Bobby Brown it.
And like as they're doing this, fucking Dialga and Palkia are like fighting in the air, and they do like the fucking "I'm gonna grab you and bring you down" thing. And as they're about to just fucking crush Alice, Darkrai comes in, probably the strongest thing he's done all movie. Like he flies in and just fucking Dark Pulse or something. And just fucking sends these two things flying.
Are you talking about like the spiral black like beam thing? Yeah.
That's not Dark Pulse, but I will take the animation for that for Dark Pulse.
It was cool.
It's fucking, it's so great.
Dark Pulse looks lame animated. It's a fucking beam of darkness.
So yeah, Darkrai's like, I'm gonna use Dark Void on these things, and they put up their shields, and they say, you know what? Give me 3 seconds. You want to work together? Like, yeah, let's do it. So they both fucking blast Darkrai, who just gets knocked out of the fucking sky again. So Alice and the gang, they all rush to go find Darkrai, what's going on. He's like, Alicia? He's like, no, I'm Alice, that was my grandma. But like, kind of one and the same, we're good. He's like, all right, sounds good. Cool. You could be my friend. And the gang's like, hey, we're sorry, we thought you were the bad guy, but...
This is the show me 2 clips that have the same energy, and it's the fucking scene from Scott Pilgrim where it's like, is Scott home? And he just left, and Darkrai then's like, we're sorry, Darkrai, where'd you go? And you just see him zooming diagonally towards the right in like the little square buildings.
He just went out. I'd love to see the clip with just the dub from the Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, that would be great. So yeah, the fight continues, the gang apologizes, whole thing. As the cities continue to fade away, Antonio's like, oh, we could stop this if I knew what Erasion was. And Alice is like, oh, why didn't you ask? It's the song that I play on the fucking flower. And they're like, oh shit, I guess if we play that, we win. So they're like, I know there's no disc at the tower, so they go to like Tonio's office or something, and they find a bunch of discs, and they're like, I don't know which one it is. Like, which one is the one we want? And they look at like the sheet music. It's got a certain logo, and Alice is like, it's that one. It's that one up there. They take it, and they rotate it, and they're like, all right, let's go to the tower. As they go, they continue to like lose more and more people. So Brock goes off with Nurse Joy. They're leading people out of town to get away from, away from the fighting, because they can't go anywhere.
You go to the garden because
Right.
they assume that's the safest place in town.
Yeah.
Is that the heart? I don't know.
It's the only way they can really go, so they do it. There's a flashback of Grandma teaching the song to Alice. Not really important.
It really didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because all she had to do was go, oh, that symbol, it matches the symbol on my paper.
Yeah. They're like, oh, but Grandma.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do bad romance again.
I hope you remember this. I will.
Yeah, they do the song from Far Cry 6 or Far Cry 5 that they use for
Oh, the fucking
the Christian song. It's skipping
Yeah.
my mind. I've been trying to think about it for the last
Shit.
5 minutes for this scene.
That was really funny.
The one that like
Just put the fucking
indoctrinates
name.
them, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
The one that indoctrinates them.
Yeah.
I think I've repressed most of Far Cry 5.
Yes, I love Far Cry 5.
Story for another time.
John Jacob, Jingleheimer. Let's see, Alice notes, icon, yep, trainers evacuate. So yeah, Brock and Nurse Joy, like, everybody get over here. And then we have Kai Mari and Allegra just fucking blocking a bunch of these like meteor shower sized things coming at them. And they miss one. It's really, I love the animation for it because it goes flying and Fernape can't adjust in time, so he just fucking jumps and it like skeet. I was gonna say just skeets right by his leg. I'm like, nah, scoots. It's too late though, I said it. Skeets right by his leg. And they're like, oh no, it's gonna break the garden. And Krogung's like, bitch, try again.
Croak of time.
That's a shirt, just fucking, I want like a meditating Krogung with like clocks behind him, just like Croak of Time.
We have 2 shirts already. We need Bitchmaker in that one.
So yeah, they're deflecting, Krogung does a cool thing, fucking bodies it. And then we have Ash, Dawn, Alice, and Tonio who are taking the hot air balloon up to the tower so they can play the music. Pipple fucking slips and falls, Staravia catches it, that's a cool thing. And like as they continue,
Catches like all of them.
he just Staravia.
He's like, no, get off the balloon, get off the balloon.
I think
get
they
off
could have saved a lot of time if Staravia was already evolved.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have Staraptor.
Right.
But
Dude,
if
I'm
they
just
did,
saying, just fast track that thing, make it a Star Raptor, start cleaning the house.
rare candies, bitch.
Exactly. That's what they're there for.
Close combat, everything.
Gotta spend those candies, it's what they're there for.
I like it. Nice road company. And it's Mr. Yeah. So then, as these Titans continue to fight, they end up breaking the balloon. There's like a lot of moments where like someone's kind of safe, and then they slip anyway. Like I think Dawn gets knocked out first, and she lands on like a balcony. She's like, "I'm good," and Ash is like, "All right, now that she's safe, let's keep going." And then he fucking slips with the disc and does like runs or slides down like the side of the building, and then lands on the same balcony as Dawn, and just fucking. I don't know what scientifically happens to your knees when you do that. We just like land straight on it.
It hurts like hell.
While it wasn't necessary, it was hella like I related to that. I was
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that little tingly. You know when
Yeah.
you see somebody fall and you get that little like
Yeah.
spidey sense tingly thing?
Is it like, so you're landing straight and I guess your knee's like trying to bend backwards,
It's
but
the
it
impact.
doesn't go that way, so it like...
You never seen SpongeBob when he does it and the bones just come out the...
Yeah, no, definitely. This is me trying to figure out how you turn around and fog again.
Yeah, so it's like the whole thing of like falling and just like parkour and all that. Like when you land, you're supposed
Right,
to
normally-
roll so that way you don't fuck up the knees, because otherwise they're just gonna.
Yeah, 'cause
the
Ash just can't
energy
get
needs
out
to
of
go somewhere, and you're literally just locking it in place.
Unless your shoulder goes flat down, you just...
Oh, yeah.
Ash? Ash, wake up!
I'll take
should.
this. Alicia. Imagine Darkrai just flew in to save him in this moment.
Scott just left.
Dawn falls, Ash falls, Dialga uses Roar Time, almost destroys the balloon, things happen, plummet to the earth. And then Tonio falls out of the fucking fucking balloon. So Tonio falls out, but Darkrai came in to like block the Roar of Time at the same time, so like both of them just start to plummet. And Alice is like, I guess I'm alone in this balloon now. I might as well just land it. So she jumps out of the balloon, almost slips on a ledge, and then Licky Licky's like, I got you, with like the tongue, but fucks up.
This made me so mad because Licky like almost catches her, and then Tonio gets her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, Tonio, and he's like, wasn't all me, and she's like, oh yeah, thanks, Baron. And
I'm over here.
Yeah, he just sits there. He's like, huh? And he's like, I'm over here. And she's like, oh, thanks, Tonio. Like, I was like, oh, okay.
She has her preferences, man.
Yeah, obviously we didn't know what happened to Tonio, so it was a nice little review. And this is where it kind of comes in for like the klutzy things we've seen of Tonio, sleeping on the floor, hitting his head on the rock, whatever. Where he's like suave as fuck now, flies in on his Pennywise, and he's just like, I got you. And then like I put in here in the notes, I'm like, boy, she's wet, like she's fucking drenched, and she's ready to go. You know, Ash and Dawn are like, well,
actually, she's like only 16, so like.
Thanks, Osmosis Jones, in the comments. Miss you since the last
Why does
episode.
this guy keep getting shout outs?
Because he's the one that went through every one and said that where we were wrong. So, and I don't think he's unless you've watched since. Let me know if you're watching this episode. If you're not watching, fuck you. If you are, thanks for watching. Tell me how old Alice is in this movie. Yeah. So now Ash and I went to say Brock, and then I was like, no, it's the other one. May?
Dawn.
No.
Dawn.
Silence? No. Who? I'm like, the word's right in front of me. I don't know why I locked up. Ash and Dawn are like, let's get up to the tower. Brock finds Darkrai chilling in the garden. Like, yo, he's fucking dead. I think, again, maybe. Alice rushes over, and what have Darkrai has a flashback of when they met Alicia a few years ago. The tower's fading away. Weasel, oh, this is cool. As they're going up like the time and space tower, like the stairs are starting to like dissipate. I'm like, we can't go any further. Like, no, we got this. So Baneri, they do this a lot in the anime too, where Baneri or Weasel uses water gun, and then Baneri uses ice beam, and they like rebuild shit. They get really good at it. And then after they do that, Pikachu's like, Baneri, good job. And Baneri has a crush on Pikachu. So every time it does anything nice, she's like, oh god.
And then they have to like tiptoe up the stairs. They're like, oh god, don't
past
die.
that.
Yeah. I like. There's a part where they're going up the stairs and they're watching out for holes opening, and Baneri just turns around to ice beam a little. It's just like, all right, we're good. It's just like, keeps going.
I was about to mention that because like I like how like everyone's up the stairs. She's like, fuck you, just
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
beam, and then she's like, that's right, and then.
Do you think it's like Minecraft where the ice just stays there once the rest of the stairs have disappeared?
Imagine. Ooh.
Just
Some guy, some unlucky person underneath the tower just gets a fucking ice stare to the head.
After gravity, it's like the endgame logic where like, what happened to the people who were like in the helicopter that faded, and then all of a sudden they just fucking fall from the sky when they came back, or like the ice is floating up there, but once they put it back in the right dimension, just a huge chunk of ice just fucking spears Tonio one day. Like, fuck.
Come somewhere on Ghost World.
Where it's just endlessly floating in space. The unknown are like, what the fuck is this staircase?
Barry
thought we
was
left
just
the-
off in the distance. It was Darkrai.
We left the crystals in Greenfield.
hyper beam. Trying to stop the darkness.
Yep, so they're like, let's do this
Trying
thing,
to
whatever.
stop. Why did that sound so Kingdom Hearts-ish? Trying to stop the darkness.
So all the Pokemon in the Guardian are in the Garden
Yeah.
are using like different attacks to stop the dematerializing, which just isn't really doing anything. But they're like, well, this is our fate. I guess we're about to die. But then they have a nice little flashback of Alicia being like, this garden is for everyone, even you, Darkrai. Tonio's like, look, if they like hit each other one more time, like we're dead. This dimension's gonna blow up. We're gonna die. And Darkrai's like, I feel that, dog. I got it. So with the little flashback, hearing everyone's gonna die, he gets up, flies into the battle, and does like, he pulls an Ash from the first movie where he like gets in the middle of everything and kind of stops it, except succeeds at doing something.
Is this the line where he does, this garden is for everyone?
Yeah.
I love that. I
It's,
love that.
I fucking
Man,
love
Darkrai
this
went
movie.
in. Darkrai's voice actor went in on this
He
movie.
really did.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I was
gonna
saying
look up
earlier. He fucking killed it. He made you believe.
Yeah, he made me believe in
He
the
was
film.
the Batman.
He was the Phil Collins of this movie.
You didn't have to go this
Yeah.
far, Phil.
It's a kid's movie. Like,
I love the picture where it's like, yo, it's a movie about a guy who's raised by a gorilla, and then it's like Phil Collins on the beach with a flaming piano. And it's so yeah, the dark energy, whatever, dark pulse, whatever it is, blocks everything, pushes Dialga and Palkia like back, and Ash and Dawn are like almost at the top of the tower. Ash almost falls, or I put Ash, I think Dawn almost falls, or Ash almost falls. Someone gets pulled out of the thing and they
Ash
fucking
almost
fall.
falls. And then Dawn catches.
And Dawn catches him, and then they both fall, and then Weasel's like, I got him. And like water guns him
I
back
love
on the
that.
ledge.
I love
it's
that.
pretty cool.
Where he's like,
Yeah.
Which I like how that Weasel like did it on instinct. Like he's like, they're going to die if I don't do anything.
Well, Weasel's a badass, and at this point, it's still Dawn's Weasel.
But it should be Ash's.
But yeah, later, like, Apom's all like, "Oh my god, I love to play around." It's like, "I need you to battle." It's like, "But I love to play around."
Basically, he wants to do contests.
Yeah, and Weasel doesn't like to do the dancing shit. He's like, "I just want to do the battle part." So like, why don't you guys trade? Like, okay.
He did like one contest with Dawn, and like he liked it because there's a battle portion after it. But
everything else, he was like,
they did the thing where like he uses Aqua Jet
And
Ice
freeze
Beam,
it.
and like he still kept going
Right.
to find the laws of physics. And
he's Cap Shield, a Pokemon. They fall Water Gun. Darkrai's like energy thing he's using to block the Agapaki is like fading, and they continue just like to attack. Still, one more attack and we die. But as they like collide, Darkrai like dies. So they hit Darkrai. He starts like fly up into space, ascend to heaven, if you will, and just like dematerialize. And I was like, no, my motivation to succeed. Like, we have to do it now. I guess maybe Dialga and Palkia just got tired. Because there's a long time between when they kill Darkrai and they play the song.
I was wondering the same thing because like I was like the time between the first time he says
It's
they
the
do
last
it one more
time.
and then the second time I'm like, what was stopping Palkia and Dialga from just
So I
like?
took that stuff
Oh,
here.
wait,
It's the
now we know
equivalent-
that his fade was ran. Let's run it back.
It's the equivalent of 5 Frieza minutes.
Yeah.
I took it as like they were just healing from like
Yeah.
the 100 battles they had in the air where they got bit in the neck. So.
Those moves don't have recharge, right?
No.
I didn't think so. Roar time.
There's a point. There's a point in time where Palkia puts a Dialga in a headlock, and I love that.
Yeah. I think it's when they collided earlier. They hit the
No, they
ground.
shouldn't have a charge time. I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. I was.
Roar of
curious.
Time, I think, does.
Does it? I can't imagine
could
if
be
Roar
wrong.
Time does that. Spatial Ren wouldn't.
I think I recently got killed in my Nuzlocke by a Roar of Time that had a recharge time, so I could be wrong, but.
Rest in peace.
Unless one's
It's
stronger
been,
than the other.
it's been too long. I can't even remember. I don't.
We'll find out later this year, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant Diamond. Let's go.
I'm getting Smart Platinum, but so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer.
Not that it really matters. People spam the fuck out of Hyper Beam in the game anyway.
No.
Titans, yeah, they're fighting still. Dialga Palkia, they're just roaring and screaming at everything. Be like, I'm still pissed off, but I guess I could just kill the town. But if we play this song, we'll save the city. Dawn and Ash, they get to the top of the tower, and the disc won't fit, they don't get it, and Dawn's like, wait, right in the middle. They put the disc in, pull the lever, and the music starts. Oh, well, sorry, the music doesn't start yet. This is John's favorite part. Where?
May would have never figured this out. We can agree on that. Right? If this was May, she's like, that's weird, and not said anything.
I miss fucking Manaphy.
They just shit on May during all of her movies.
Yeah.
They didn't do that once with Dawn.
Like I was watching this, I was like, yeah, if that was May, she would have not fucking.
Yeah.
It would have been dead. Like everybody would have
Yeah, if
died.
anything, Dawn's chat on Ash the whole time.
Because I was gonna say up to like I didn't watch any episode of the anime. Is it just not in Dawn's characteristics to be like, hey, give me this, and then
Dude, Dawn's a badass. Like compared to May.
Dawn's like, well, you didn't watch it black and white at all, right?
no, I didn't.
Iris is
Did
a
you,
bitch.
did you ever watch May at all?
I watched Gen 1 anime, and then that's where I
So
stopped.
May was very cheerleader
Right.
attitude, and Dawn's like very like tomboyish until a contest comes around, and then she
Right.
turns like into like literally a fucking beast when it comes to
Right,
contests. Like,
okay.
and she basically goes through a Sailor Moon transformation when she goes between being regular Dawn and then contest.
Contest Dawn.
But she's actually a little bit smarter than Ash. Like she's actually, which is saying a lot because she's a rookie trainer since she just started. She's actually a lot smarter, and a lot of her own, like May, she actually comes out with her own combos when she's doing like her battling stuff, which is
I think they do have a cool moment though later in Diamond and Pearl where I think May comes to a contest
Yeah.
that Dawn's in.
Yeah, they go against
and
each
both
other.
their EVs go against each other,
Yeah.
Glaceon and Leafeon.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, the machine playing the music, it doesn't have enough energy for this special disc. What do we do?
Why did this give me so hard deoxys? As soon as this happened, I was just like, John, is John pissed
I was
at this
typing
moment?
like, John's not happy. So like, Pachirisu, Pikachu, use Thundershock on this machine to make it work. So they shock the machine, and they're like, boom, it works again.
I was watching the whole time like this movie. Like this movie.
So then Aracion starts to play, and like Dialga and Palkia are like, I'm chill now.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Dialga just goes, I'm not Angie anymore.
I'm okay.
They started going like Rust. 19. Like it just starts doing the words.
Fucking Winter Soldier shit. So yeah, they just stop their attacks like, oh, all right, you good? I'm good. All right, cool. We're done.
Life isn't so bad.
Yeah. So then the towers just start doing this like unfolding spikes and knives and shit are coming out. It's pretty cool. It's just, I don't know what purpose it served exactly.
It looks better. They had a little bit of money on the budget, so like, fuck it.
Goody's just like, I got all this extra metal. I guess if we play this disc, a bunch of knives. Yeah, fuck it.
Cut the town in half anyway. It just keeps going the whole way around.
So yeah, music plays, a bunch of pixie dust comes in, heals a bunch of shit, and then Palkia's shoulder just gets fixed. He's like, oh cool, I can play baseball again. Doug and Palkia are both like, yeah, we're kind of being assholes, we're sorry. So they fly away. Dialga goes first, like, I don't have nothing to do here. Palkia flies up to his little rift.
Make it right.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where, is it Alice or is it Ash? Or who yells at?
I thought it was Dawn first.
Dawn?
If
Like Dawn starts, like she starts saying something to Ash. She's like, you know what? Yeah, no, she's totally right. Bring us
I think
back.
Alice comes in at some point.
Yeah, they basically yell at Palkia like, look, you fucked this up. You're about to leave without fixing it. You need to fix it. And Palkia's like,
Oh shit, I guess.
you say something down there? Oh shit, before I go. And like puts it all back.
If I was directing this thing,
Fucking Daniel.
here's how this would have ended. It would have been like, you gotta put things back. Nah, fuck you kids.
Palkia like,
You're living in this new
You
world.
didn't ask nicely. You die.
And the enemy's like, it's a whole new world.
just one more bubble gum for the road.
What's that called? That's the orb cannon, where it looks like an orb of a fucking landscape was just taken out. Which, by the way, just puzzle pieces right back in.
So Palkia's like, cool, I'll fix it. Puts the town back where it belongs. Everything's fixed. Alamos City is back to life. The only thing missing is Darkrai. Unfortunately, Darkrai is dead. You know, oh no, his sacrifice. We'll remember him. We love him. We got like this sad little clip montage of like all the shit Darkrai was doing to protect the city when we thought he was the bad guy.
I forgot something about way earlier. So during Ash's nightmare, like I said, way earlier. But when he first was in the thing, he was like, "Where is everybody?" I was like, "Why is his shadow pointy?" And then he took like 3 steps, and his shadow like started shifting in the Darkrai. And I was like, "Okay, that's a neat detail." Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
it's a really cool detail when he's sleeping. I completely forgot about it until I saw in the notes where it's talking about like more shadow stuff.
That's some
I didn't even see it.
You actually see it later on with the other people too.
Yeah.
The Pokemon, yeah, you see it a lot.
Like I guess I never noticed it unless it was Darkrai.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I saw it, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, everyone's like looking over the cliff like, I'm sorry, I love you, Darkrai. I should have known you were the good guy from the beginning.
It should have been me.
Yeah. Ash does the thing. He's like, I should have known. I'm like,
I wanted to die to Palkia and Dialga. No!
To be fair, when something goes, go away, and then starts throwing hands, that you don't think is a
to
good
be
guy.
fair,
Alberto.
he didn't throw hands until Alberto did it.
Bubblegum
Alberto's the
Prince
fuck
started
up.
fucking hyper
He still
beaming
didn't
the
hit them.
Hero Ball!
Yeah, hero ball.
He was chloroformed them.
So everyone's like, well, I guess we're done mourning. They start to walk away. And then Pikachu's like, you know what? I hear a shadow behind me. So he turns around and he's like, Pika. And Ash is like, oh shit. And then everyone else looks around. Yeah. It's a really fucking ominous. I put it here like, normally we have like that
This
big
is setting up
moment.
the next movie where Darkrai is the villain.
Yeah, where they set up like at the end like, oh god, he's not actually
Let
dead.
me
He's
die.
here. Yeah, basically.
He's like, I never.
You
died.
guys didn't go the fuck away.
But it's just this dark, scary music, and then like it's a triumphant moment. Like Darkrai is alive; he's still in Alamos
Card
City.
belongs to no one.
Yeah, but it's fucking terrifying. I'm like, okay.
I know why I like this movie because it was edgy as fuck.
Yeah, and then Reaper comes in and says, "Died."
Alice is so happy.
Yeah, so Alice is so happy. She's like, "Yo, this is great." She puts her head on Tonio, and Tonio's like, "Well, if I'm getting laid, today's the day. Thanks, Darkrai." Yeah, what I put here, Alice is so happy she gets horny is about to take Tony home for some baby making.
More like score of times.
Hey.
Got him.
Credits roll, couple things. We see like the hourglass
Special
stuff,
blend.
a bunch of different shots. Dawn enters the contest. They show a bunch of clips from that, but she didn't win. We said who won?
The Fernape lady.
Yeah.
Okay, Allegra. Good for her. She's good. I like her.
Yeah, then Fernape probably bodied the fuck out of whatever May entered
Sure.
from being real.
She used her Piplup. It's fine.
Her turn.
I think it was Piplup versus Infernape, if I recall from the still. But.
Monkeys punch penguins all the time.
Yeah, gang's heading out of town. Alice and Tony are like, bye, we'll miss you. There's some Drifblim and Chimchar and shit. They show Dialga and Palkia running through rifts, but it doesn't really do anything. And then I think it's just blacked out credits to the end. And that was Darkrai, Rise of Darkrai.
That was a fucking adventure.
It was a fucking great movie.
It was just as good as I remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember how I had the fear that like
And
it
they did.
wasn't going to live up to what I remember it.
I think it was great. I have, before we get, like, we're obviously getting into ranking now, I don't have any major complaints about this movie. I didn't have any issue with pacing. I thought everything that happened was badass.
Other than some like here and there lines that just didn't need
Right,
to
some
exist,
weird
but
cringy
like
lines, yeah.
other than that, like it was really solid. Like the story to me made sense in the amount of time they presented it. Like the stakes felt dire. The Pokemon all felt like they should feel in the space they exist. I think each legendary that participated played their role perfectly. I liked it a lot.
So
Yeah.
unlike the Manaphy movie, this didn't feel like it had scenes that shouldn't have been there.
Right.
Like I feel like everything.
Had purpose.
I used the bathroom twice and I paused it. While with the other movies, I'm like, it's Pokemon.
I'll come back, yeah.
But with this one, it felt like every scene was supposed to be there. Even some of the comedy stuff that you're usually like, we can do without this. Team Rocket didn't play a big role in this, which I like because Team Rocket's been playing a big role in most of them.
TV people.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Buckslaughter and Darius were in this one, which is really nice. It sucks this movie was straight to DVD because of how the other one did. But
If this was in theaters, I think it would have popped.
yeah,
the fuck
because
off.
this movie did so good though, the next two went to theater.
Yeah, so Sky Warrior and Arceus, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I love this movie.
Do we do the opposite of what we typically do, and just be like, who wants to put this at 1?
I mean,
Because like
does anyone have an idea of where this belongs on the list?
Yeah,
It's
I
my
just took
criteria.
credit that I pointed at number 2, but
Yeah.
then I realized that I don't like the Destiny one as much as 1.
Yeah.
So I like this one more. So I'm like, this is number 1.
It hit
Well,
for me.
It hit my kaiju. It gave me good story, and like I like a lot of the moments in it. So I
Also,
personally-
this movie wasn't afraid to go dark. And if there's ever because I hate the trope of like selfish or selfless sacrifice, but then the hero comes back. But it actually makes sense for this one.
Yeah.
So I think that I like how dark they went with it, and they weren't afraid with it. So I like that a lot.
So Chris or Dante, I don't know if you had any additional thoughts, any other.
No, everything I would have said has already been said.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, I would love to have you speak. Dante?
You're gonna hate me.
I don't know.
Worse
Like-
than 3.
I think we need.
This
No,
is
I wasn't even gonna say that. I actually
It's
enjoyed
not
it. I enjoyed it on a personal level. I enjoyed Lucario better than this movie. I'm not sure if I set myself up for disappointment because I was like, I wanted this to be the movie that tops all.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily care for some of the pacing in the end. There's a lot, like, Brock says the same thing twice in the end of the movie. It was like, but Ash and Dawn, and then like 10 minutes later, but Ash and Dawn. I'm like, I think some of the tower stuff could have been shortened up just a little bit. And I know a lot of people didn't like the chase scene with the Reggies and Lucario and Mew, but I actually enjoyed that as a pacing device. And I feel like they could have just snipped some of the little bits, like, oh, there's the music that we need. Why do we take 10 seconds to spin the thing? Just, you know where it is. I've already registered that you guys know where it is, that you got it. Continue up the tower. And there's also another point where I feel like Dawn and Ash could have been on the bridge and seen Darkrai as opposed to stopping at the stairs, which also causes continuity of the dude saying, if they clash one more time, and then they get out Darkrai's thing, and then they clash again, it's like, oh, here it comes, the last time. I'm like, I don't know. Fantastic movie. I can't fault the story at all. There's just a couple little pacing issues that actually puts Lucario, for me, over this movie.
Interesting.
But
Very interesting.
if this movie is going over Deoxys, I have no
Very
qualms
interesting.
with
Also,
it.
I want to throw this out there. Ash wasn't the hero,
Very good point.
Yeah.
and
It
other
was
people
fucking
played.
Pikachu.
Other people played the
That's why I
role
picked-
of like usually Ash is like the main character and gets everything done. They actually alternate between Dawn and Alicia.
I think they did a great job of because like in Manaphy, they spent the whole movie being like May is the hero,
water
May is the
people.
one
To
to make Ash
the
the
king.
hero in the end.
Yeah.
And I think this one did a really good job of being like
We need everybody.
It's Dawn, it's Ash, and it's Darkrai are the heroes.
Also, from the last movies that we reviewed, this has the highest score in Rotten Tomato.
Sounds about right.
So far, I haven't seen further yet because I don't want to spoil anything. Or I'm afraid that if I see a low score on something, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be shit, and then I'm gonna watch it.
He'll be like, I need something to go below Mewtwo Returns. I need to redeem myself.
Oh, I don't know if you can.
So then I'll go with this just based on Dante's critique. We'll start in the middle. So raise your hand if you think this movie's better than Jirachi Wishmaker. Okay. Is it better than Lucario? Okay, there's a no. And then I'll just Pokemon 3. I scrolled really fucking far up. Heroes. First movie. Deoxys. There it is. There you have it. I'm really happy because I knew, like, in my head, like, the moment I was like, Darkrai is going to be at the top.
But I was so hyped for this movie. Like, I watched ahead and watched some of the other movies, but I didn't watch this one.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited for it that I wanted to watch it fresh and then come into this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had the fear that I was like, what if it's another, like, pull me to return scenario where I don't remember it as well. But like watching this, I feel like a child the whole time.
Yeah, I think this just nailed everything. I know you said you had some of the pacing issues, some of the animation, but I know other movies have done that. I think if they've done it, it's been a lot more of a glaring issue than it was for me in this movie. Like, I know what you mean when they said they were rotating a thing, and yeah, it probably was longer than it needed to be. But then I think about Manaphy, and again, love water type scenes, but there were like 90 of them in a span of like 5 minutes, and I'm like, fucking why?
I think all of it happening within like a matter of a day or like 8 hours feels better than like a week-long journey that we've had in like 3 different movies.
Yeah.
Oh, the scoring for this movie also helped a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there's moments where like when Darkrai's gonna appear and everything's subtle and just goes, and you know something's gonna happen. You're just waiting for it to happen. So I think the music really boosts this movie over because like there's times where like the soundtrack that they decide to use for like during the fight scenes with the legendaries is like, damn, this slaps. Or like whenever anytime Darkrai, I don't know if you noticed, but every time Darkrai shows up, they like do this whole like whatever music's playing just mellows down. I don't know what the term for that musical term, but
The crescendo.
is that what it is? Yeah, like it just
Yeah,
literally
the
like
crescendo,
it'll go like if there's a song, it's basically somebody did the fade where it kind of goes away and it goes into like I loved it, but
Stilettos.
Stilettos? Absolutely.
It's a stiletto.
Stilettos. Well then, the current list is, starting from the bottom at number 11, we have Pokemon Mewtwo Returns. Number 10, Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. Number 9, Pokemon 2000. Number 8, Pokemon Forever. Number 7, Jirachi Wishmaker. Number 6, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Number 5, Pokemon 3, Spell the Unknown. Number 4, Pokemon Heroes. Number 3, Pokemon the First Movie. Number 2, Pokemon Destiny Deoxys. And number 1, Pokemon Rise of Darkrai. Not upset. I'm happy with this.
and it's
exactly
exactly
where I
the
wanted
next
to
two
be.
movies, which is phenomenal.
What's that?
It sets up the next two movies, which is great.
I'm really because I don't remember Scott. I remember I don't like Shaman.
Yeah, I don't like
I think
Shaman
Shaman's annoying.
Yep.
But I don't want that to ruin the rest of the movie. So we'll see where it lands. And I remember like dick all about Arceus, except that the Johto started to show up, and like I don't think I liked Arceus' voice. But that's all I remember from those two movies.
So if I'm being honest,
Keldeo is its own movie, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Keldeo
Keldeo
and
is,
Serum.
Yeah.
Or Swords of Justice.
if I'm being honest, I think that Giratina movie is going to go below Spell of the Unknown, if I'm being honest. Yeah, from what I remember. Because I watched it like 3 weeks ago, I want to say. And I think it'll go below, in my personal opinion, I think it'll go. So it's not bad, but
we'll see where it lands.
Everybody, let that color your opinions now.
Shaman doesn't do a
You just
lot.
want to place it now? All right.
We can skip it. We can skip the whole thing.
No, because
John says.
if I say something's good, you are very notorious because you have very particular taste in movies. So like, this is the movie that I was like, oh, universally, we're all going to agree. And you're like, you guys are going to hate me. I was like, God damn it, Dante.
I tried not to say the number, but I alluded to a movie that I thought was better. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still waiting for that time. Yeah, I think everybody's gonna breathe a sigh of relief when I come in. I'm like, they did it, guys.
This is the one. This is number
did it.
one. Homie's gonna be like, Volcanion, number one.
It's gonna be like
I'm almost like, I'm actually kind of thinking that it may be like a weird movie that'll do
Which
it.
movie is Zygarde? Is that
Zygarde in a movie?
I don't think Zygarde has a movie.
Is it not?
He had a special.
I think Zygarde was like the major
I was
point
thinking
at
Genesect,
the end of
but
the
it's just
six.
Zygarde.
Like,
I know Genesect is Genesect and Mewtwo.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's gonna be a refund.
I think Zygarde was like a major point in the anime.
Which one?
I think
Zygarde.
Zygarde was
Yeah,
a major
Zygarde
point
was,
in the
yeah.
anime.
Last
You
one
go
is
through-
Ash doesn't have Greninja anymore
You
because
go
Ash
through all his
fucking dumbass.
forms. You go through all his forms except the giant Megatron form.
Yeah.
They never got to that. I'm assuming maybe there was a movie, but
Could
I
be.
don't remember.
Guess we'll find out. Hey, poll challenge! Every week we pick a Pokemon that appeared in this movie, we put them into a poll, and you get to go to the CGDannyB Discord and use your reaction abilities to vote on the Pokemon you want. I don't know what I reported on last time, so I'll just do this past week. Hey Chris, congratulations, you got another fucking point. Chris has gotten like a point for the last like 3 weeks, and homie's like, I don't know how to play. It's like, oh, I know how to play this now. So now I think we're tied. I don't have the scores in front of me.
It
so
should
I
be
think
6-6.
We should, yeah, 6-6, and then
I have 2.
Then I think it's you with 2.
I think it's
John has 3.
I have one.
Because there was a few.
1 and
Who's picking first?
I today.
fuck.
Yeah, you picked.
By the time it gets to me, my 3 choices are gonna be picked.
When you made the choice,
I know. last time
Manaphy, you grabbed a Beedrill, you degenerate.
We made jokes about how bug types didn't belong. In Pirates
Yeah, I
team,
don't want to pick. I don't want to
one
pick a
bug
fucking
type.
water type.
Yeah, so Chris, congrats on the point for last week with
Thanks,
the
man.
Kingdra.
It was
So, yeah,
my favorite of all time, so.
I get it.
I
way to
also
do it.
did it with my favorite Arcanine when I picked him. He was a solo win too.
I got a point when Greninja hasn't been in a movie yet, but I got a point for Aggron.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know what. Did I get a point off Zapdos? Is that
You
what
did,
I got?
yeah.
Got a point off? True villain.
So yeah, you can go over to Discord. You can help make the decision on who wins this week. I've been thinking about the whole fucking movie. And
We can skip past you.
Yeah, you could. There's so many good Pokemon, and I know what I want to do. And there's probably, I'm like, I shouldn't do that. They're gonna make fun of me. And they're like, of course you fucking did. Kyogre at the beginning.
I picked Lucario.
That's fair. All right, cool. I'll take it. I'm getting Darkrai.
Fuck! Damn it!
I want Darkrai.
I wanted Darkrai so
Yeah,
bad.
sorry.
I only have 2 other choices.
Yeah. All right, cool. Darkrai's mine.
Well, should I pick? I mean, you're picking somebody from the beginning of the movie.
Get the masquerade. Get the masquerade. Get that masquerade to shut up.
Hulk happening.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
They're like, we have an army. We have a Happini.
Honestly, the Pokemon that made me the happiest in the movie, I'm gonna have to go with Krogunk.
Fuck. That was mine.
That was when I thought it was
I
like.
feel your pain tonight. I feel your pain.
Yeah, that was
Daddy
mine.
fucked me hard today.
Sorry, dog.
It's okay. I have backup choices.
Mine? Infernape. If I can't get Krogunk, I'll do the other one that was in
Yeah.
the best opening fight.
He was another one of my.
Piplup. You mean Piplup?
No.
I like to imagine during that fight, like Piplup and Empoleon, and there's just a Prinplup up in the window, like shit. He's trying.
Just saying, Piplup could win. Ash's Rowlet beat a full-blown Decidueye that used the Sea Stone. So
Facts. Christopher.
So I'm gonna go with a rogue choice. I'm gonna go with a Shinx.
Well, okay, I see
I
you.
won't lie. If you two picked Krogunk and Infernape, I was going to pick the Luxray.
I was gonna say, I was like, there were a Luxio and a Luxray. You want to go with Shinx?
Luxray is a cool Pokemon.
It is.
I'm not gonna sway you. Shinx is adorbs.
That adorable little
Should've been Dark and
Pokemon
Electric.
stole my heart when I played Forest Gen for the first
Yeah.
time. The guy was like, this is so cute, and then they just transformed into a monster. I loved
I
it.
just want to confirm the Pokemon that started a war by taking the Pecha Berry from Piplup. That's
Yes,
that's
yes,
your choice.
yes.
You're going with the. Okay.
Nobody watches the movie with us, Danny. They just go, ooh, that's a spider.
Oh, I definitely know I'm picking Joltik whenever it comes around.
You'll get at least one vote, yeah.
If you pick a spider, Papa's voting for you.
And maybe Phantom. She was talking about how she thought Joltik was like one of the most adorable little Pokemon.
I'm not in love with Joltik, but I'll eventually.
Oh wait, I can do it for Detective Pikachu.
He was in the top 10. He was in the top 10 cutest Pokemon in Japan poll.
I
believe
get it.
when Gen 6 came out and they did like a top 10 electric, and Joltik was in the list. Even though it was a Gen 5, it was the only Gen 5 Pokemon in the top 10.
Good for Joltik. He deserves it. John.
Dialga.
Okay.
Yeah. I was between Dialga and Palkia. And I like Dialga's design more.
Bro, the Space Blast is dope. I get it. Yeah. If the Gen 4 monkey doesn't take it, I'm gonna be a little
I remember playing Platinum with a Game Shark and giving myself a level 5. Giving myself a level 5. Dialga and Palkia. And like I breezed through that game. I was like, this game's not that hard, guys. I don't know why. And all my friends know how hard the game was.
If this was any other movie, I would have loved to have picked Mewtwo, and then people be like, wait, Mewtwo's in Darkrai?
To the beginning.
Suicune's in Mewtwo Returns?
There's a movie where I might do the unspeakable and actually vote for Pikachu. If I remember that movie correctly, Pikachu takes a big role, and I'm like...
I was trying to think about the other day. I'm like, maybe the Pikachu thing wasn't the best. 'Cause I'm like, what movie does Pikachu shine until we get to like Detective Pikachu?
Pikachu doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we see him all the time. So like, what can you do with him that it's not...
I mean, I would think I Choose You would probably be
Either I Choose,
major
but I
highlight
think
for it.
I Choose You has like that cringe moment. Like,
Are we
Pikachu
watching
talks.
it?
I love you, Ash!
I want to be with you.
Are we watching the remake of the first movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of this. So.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's like the third or fourth to last one. Yeah.
I know this has been asked before. I keep forgetting the answer. Are we watching both versions of Gen 5?
I will allow it to be as you. I'm probably going to watch both, just for sake of having the differences in front of me.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up buying both, so you can choose to watch which one you want.
The differences are very. You can probably watch one and just.
Yeah, the differences are pretty much just.
Has anybody here ever watched them? Mm-hmm. They're literally. Well, let's finish. Sorry.
Yeah, anyway, hey guys, run it back through again. The poll challenge for this week, you can vote on Discord. I myself have picked Darkrai, Dante picked Kroga, Kanai with Infernape, Chris with Shinx, and John with Dialga. All 5 of them will be up on the Discord. You can vote based on the reactions below. It's posted right there. It's really simple. And yeah, it'll be a great time. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Pokemon Gotta Watch Them All. Make sure you catch us next week. We'll be watching Pokemon Giratina and the Sky Warrior. It's going to be great right here on youtube.com/CGDannyB. Make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button plus the notification bell. That way you get notifications every time a new video comes out. And I'll see you guys next time.